Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel, Gray Cloudy Day, and it is a little bit cooler this morning than it has been. Yesterday was a real nice day. I am Mr. Greycloud, old Greycloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment. Hit that like button if you can. I'm sure you can if you got hands and you're using the device. Then just go over there, see what it on your side. I guess it'd be over here. I don't know where it'll be. Just hit the like button, please. And if you've watched at least one video and liked it, think about subscribing after you've watched a few more. I'm not that hard to get along with sometimes. Having my little bit of coffee. Gearing up for a live stream this morning at about 9:10 a.m. Central Standard. I don't know if this video will be up by then, but I'm making the video and going to be trying to have this video that you're watching uploaded before I get on and start the live stream. I do everything off of data. I don't have Wi-Fi. I do have a pretty good unlimited amount of, like it don't hardly ever slow down. But it's still, it's kind of, sometimes things upload real quick and sometimes they don't. And it depends on how long the video is too. But so let's not try to make it too long right now. And just before I went on, of course, this is, the words are backwards to you. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. We're going to do the last reading from this book. And the reason I pointed this out is because it just aggravates me. And I almost recorded with the front camera on of the phone. And I was like, you know what, it don't matter. Because it helps me to be able to look in the screen while I'm recording, and I can see that things look all right. If I need to. See, I got this set up on a little rolling office chair here that I sit on in the living room. I'm actually sitting on my love seat right now. So let's get on with it. This is the ultimate. It's the ending. It's number 100 of Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. Let's remember. It's all small stuff. Live this day as if it were your last. It might be. It might be. When are you going to die? In 50 years? 20? 10? 5? Today? Last time I checked, no one had told me. I often wonder, when listening to the news, did the person who died in the auto accident on his way home from work remember to tell his family how much he loved them? Did he live well? Did he love well? Perhaps the only thing that is certain is that he still had things in his in basket that weren't yet done. I heard a notification while I was just reading. I keep forgetting to turn that completely off, not even to have it on vibrate. Let's get back to the reading. You can see I'm in a good mood this morning. Why not be? The truth is, none of us has any idea how long we have to live. Sadly, however, we act as if we're going to live forever. We postpone the things that, deep down, we know we want to do. Telling the people we love how much we care, spending time alone, visiting a good friend, taking that beautiful hike, running a marathon, writing a heartfelt letter, going fishing with your daughter, learning to meditate, becoming a better listener, and on and on and on and on. We come up with elaborate and sophisticated rationales to justify our actions and end up spending most of our time and energy doing things that aren't all that important. We argue for our limitations, and they become our limitations. I felt it appropriate to end this book by suggesting that you live each day as if it were your last on this earth. I suggest this not as a prescription to be reckless or to abandon your responsibilities. Excuse me. Burping. Or to abandon your responsibilities, but to remind you how precious life really is. A friend of mine once said, life is too short to take too seriously. 10 years later, I know he was right. I hope this book has been and will continue to be helpful to you. Please don't forget the most basic strategy of all. Don't sweat the small stuff. I'll end this book by sincerely saying that I wished you well. Treasure yourself. I really liked how this book for the last few readings started getting, especially yesterday's, because it touched on, like, I think it was yesterday's, touching on, scheduling time for your inner work. And it got a little more, like it kind of, without going too much into detail on maybe what he particularly believes spiritually, I knew throughout the whole book and these readings, I could see spiritual insights in them. And I like how he wrote it, because I would like to put something out someday. I would love to put out some of my writings, or, some of my creative writings, along with maybe a little bit about my life or just stuff like that. But I'd like to put it out in a way where it's definitely coming from a very spiritual and God-centered viewpoint, but yet it doesn't have to mention that stuff so much in whatever it is I do. Like, I'd like to be able to put something out where anybody could pick it up and read it, and if they didn't believe in like a creator or anything, they could still get some kind of benefit from it and not feel like they were having something shoved down their throat. That's just the way I like to approach it. And I mean, that's the way the Spirit kind of tells me to try to move with it, is to never get caught up in feeling like I know more than anybody else, or that I have some stronger or deeper connection to God than anybody else, because that's not true for anyone. We all have the same ability to connect to our Creator on any given moment of any given day. And if we are sincere and we are sure of what we're communicating with, even if we don't know at the moment that it is there and that it is responding to us, eventually you'll start noticing that, hey, it's listening. If it bothers you that I'm saying it, I can't help that, because sometimes I say he, sometimes I say it, sometimes I say the divine source. My favorite is Big Kahuna. The Big Kahuna. Who else am I talking about? Come on now. Who else is the Big Kahuna? I'm not the Big Kahuna. I'm old Greycloud. Anyway, I'm wasting time by trying to get this done so I can start uploading it. I think I've got a little, about an hour before I'm going to go live. I may end up being a little late on the live. I hope some people are there. I'm just going to be having coffee and waiting for people to come. And if they have any questions, they can ask. We can talk about just about anything from spiritual stuff to pop culture stuff to just life in general. No small talk, though. You know, I don't want to hear, it's a nice day. How are you doing? When, don't that aggravate you? So many people ask you how you doing, but if you really told them half the time, they wouldn't even make the time to listen to you. Try it out someday. Next time someone thinks they're just going to do some small talk and they ask you how you doing, if you're having a crappy day, just come out and tell them you're having a shitty day. Yeah, I said the SHIT word. I do try to watch my language here just because I'm personally working on it for myself. It's not that I really care if anybody else is offended, but I do. Because I know there are some people that watch the channel that live a pretty, they might live a little bit better life than I do. as far as walking that straight line. I try to walk it, but, you know, it's like this sometimes. But, hey, let's get off here. I'm Greycloud Sage, the eternal moment, over and out. I can't tell you if I did any kind of editing and added anything to this video. You'll just have to see if it's at the beginning when you got that. Ditto.